they've been able to exile certain permanents, and at the cost of like giving you a different permanent of the same type, where like white can exile permanents just to exile it with no downside, maybe give you like a 1/1 or something like that. And it's a little more cleaner. Like that's always been the case for like certain colors. But I guess black hasn't been able to deal with artifacts yet. That's actually like one of the things, right? Black can't deal with artifacts. Red can't deal with high statted creatures, like power and toughness creatures. Green can't deal with creatures with like can't destroy creatures. Blue can't really destroy creatures. I mean, they have been, but like mostly it's like bouncing all permanents, stuff like that. So this is like par for the course. I think it's a pretty neat card. I'm curious what deck would want this, other than would any other deck want this except for like polymorph for basic divergent decks? I don't think so. I mean, I would, yeah, I don't know. It's like 6 mana for a sorcery that does this, but exiles all like 5 permanent types, which could be strong. I don't know. I mean, you can hit like 3 other things from someone else and then like 2 other things of yourself, like hit one of your own tokens. That could be strong. I think that could be pretty strong. Najal, the Storm Runner, 2 and a blue and a blue and a red, legendary creature, Efrat Wizard. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Whenever Najal, I am so butchering this name, the Storm Runner attacks, you may pay 2 generic. If you do, you may cast an active sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. 5/4. This is such like a Timmy card. Like it's a card that doesn't have flash. It needs you to tap out at sorcery speed, but also it requires you to play sorcery. Well, it doesn't require, but it suggests you play sorcery speed spells. And so if they destroy the Najal, your commander, assuming this is your commander, now you have a bunch of sorceries that you have to cast. Like, I know it's called Storm Runner, but like without Najal, it's just like you're so slow. Like your deck picks up a lot faster with Najal, but like, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Like this is such like a build around commander, and it is strong, right? Like it's basically a engine in the command zone that also enables your deck. But it's like, oh geez, you're so behind if you're using this sort of strategy, because like usually decks that rely on their commander, you want to have a low CMC commander, mana value commander, because in the case that people do realize what you're doing and like your commander is super strong synergistic to your deck, like they're gonna destroy it. They're gonna pop that crap. And this is like a lot of mana for like colors that don't really ramp too hard. I guess red does ramp a lot right now. It has a lot of treasures actually. Like red and green are like V ramp colors now, like for sure, 100%. Yeah, this is a sweet card. Probably not gonna be played in standard, but like an EDH, for sure you're gonna see this in like as a build around card. Like this is fun. Like casting sorcery spells at like instant speed. Oh, you've never feel it hit so different. Like imagine someone like tapping out and then like they're gonna cast something or like it resolves or whatever and it has an ETB or something like that, and then like Wrath or something. Like, oh, that's the feel. That's the feel. Next up, we have Defile of Vigor, 3 and a green for a Phyrexian worm creature. Trample. As additional cost, cast this permanent spell. Spells you may pay 2 life. Wait, I'm sorry. Rewind. Defiler of Vigor, 3 and a green for a creature, Phyrexian worm with trample. As initial cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost green less to cast if you paid life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of green mana you pay. Whenever you cast a green spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. 6/6. This is a lot of text, but I think basically this is sort of a Cathar's Crusade in green, which is nice. I think is a pretty strong effect. It's not really, I guess this is, would you call this a Craterhoof variant? I don't know, probably not. You don't get trample, but your creatures get big real quick. Like cast a bunch of green spells. You have to refill your hand, but like put a +1/+1 on every creature you control, and this one too has trample. Pretty good. I don't know, I feel like this is a little lackluster, but I guess go wide decks. Maybe this is probably a finisher for like token based green decks, right? Like you can play a lot of green no, because tokens are usually based on, no, I guess there are a lot of token generators that are permanents in green, right? This is probably strong in those decks, I think the best. Probably not good in standard, but I think it's gonna be pretty okay in EDH. You'll probably see one here and there. Resolute Reinforcements, a white and a colorless for a creature human soldier with flash. Whenever Resolute Reinforcements enters battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier creature token. 1/1. This is just like a timely reinforcements, not timely reinforcements, I'm sorry. I actually forgot the name of the card that makes 2 1/1s at flash speed. This is that on a creature. So like you can blink it for more value. This is a pretty cool card. Not much to say about it. I think this is gonna be just one of those cards where like I buy a playset and I buy like a foil playset and then like I'll leave it in my binder for like, not my binder, but like my deck box or like my bulk card box for like a good year or two, and then I bring it out for a deck. I don't know. Something like that. This is a cool card. I like it. Micromancer, 3 and a blue for a creature human wizard with 1 Micromancer enters the battlefield. You may search your library for an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 1. Reveal it, then shuffle your hand. Or put it in your hand, then shuffle. 3/3. So this is like Spell Seeker at home. For 4 mana, I mean, I guess it's going into standard, but like for 4 mana, you're tutoring for like a 1 mana value card. What could that be in standard? Like you have like your, I guess your like unsummons and stuff like that, but like, is there anything else? Instant or sorcery? I guess you have like your cantrips. I mean, this by itself is a 4 mana 3/3 body, so like that also like draws you a card. It's basically a cantrip on a 3/3. It's not that bad. It's just like, what do you get for standard? I think it becomes a lot better in Eternal formats, of course, because there's a lot larger pool for instant sorceries at 1 mana value. Which I think you just get like your counters and stuff like that, like your Flusterstorms in Commander. Pretty good card. Pretty good card. Astor, Bearer of Blades, 2 and a red and a white legendary creature, human warrior. On Astor, Bearer of Blades enters the battlefield. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or vehicle card from among them and put it into your hand. The rest of the bottom library in random order. Equipment you control have equip 1. Vehicles you control have crew 1. 4/4. This is dope. This is a sick card. I think if you're playing a red-white equipment / vehicles deck, you just play Astor, right? Like, it just enables all of your cards in your deck. I feel like this is the red-white equipment vehicles card you needed for a commander, right? Like, it just enables everything. Is there like a vehicle that makes creatures? Like you just get that and all of a sudden you're set for the game. Assuming that like that's your win con, right? Like just hit with the vehicles and stuff like that. This is pretty dope. I really like this card. Unfortunately, I don't have a deck for it just because I have like these colors used up already and I don't want to make copies of the same colors for a deck. Or I don't want decks in the same colors of decks I already have. Like this is really sweet. On the flip side, you can just have it as like an equipment deck with equip 1, or you have it as a vehicle deck. I think the vehicle deck is a little more interesting because we don't have too many vehicle decks besides like Shurikai, stuff like that. Like this is basically the red-white Shurikai. Okay, maybe not exactly red-white Shurikai, doesn't have like the draw thing, but like cheating the cost of vehicles is like really good. What's the strongest vehicle you can get with this? I mean, you can crew with this. Probably the Perihelion. Is there like a super strong red vehicle? I don't know. Like you still have to cast your vehicles and stuff like that. But there's ways to cheat them in. But like still, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong effect. Yeah, this is like gonna be pretty solid in Commander. Maybe, I don't know. Can you, I guess you can do like the Colossal Hammer combo with this. Cause like it's a 1 mana 10/10 artifact, I think, right? Or equipment that gives you creature +10/+10, but it's like equip 8 or something. This is basically gonna clear that up. I can agree with that. That's probably pretty strong, but still it's not gonna be okay. Like the time that they equip it, or the time that they play this card and then they try to equip it, it's like you just destroy this, right? Well, I guess you destroy whatever it's being equipped to because this is gonna be on the field already. I don't know. This is a good card. I don't know how strong it's gonna be in like the Colossal Hammer deck, but I think it's a cool card for Commander at least. Namada Primeval Warden, 2 green and black for legendary tree folk with reach. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. When you do, create 1 green sapling creature token. A green sacrifice sapling, Namada gets +2/+2 at the end of turn. Generic and a black sacrifice 2 saplings, draw a card, 3/4. This is like a green black, what is it? Kalitas? Which I dig. Is it strong enough to build as a commander though? I guess it's like sapling tribal. Cause oh wait, are saplings tree folks? Is this just like a big sapling? I guess they are. This is pretty sweet though. I like it. Draws 2 cards. So like you can kill creatures. So if a creature an opponent control would die, exile it. So it suggests you should be killing your opponent's creatures because it's an opponent's control. That's how you make the sapling. And you can sack your saplings to draw a card. So kill 2 creatures, draw a card. Sacrifice a sapling. Namada gets +2/+2. I don't know. This is like a weird thing to build around. I feel like there's a lot of like moving pieces that don't really go together nicely. Like this to me feels like more of a. I feel like you want to make more of a aristocratic deck. But if you're playing more aristocrats, you're not playing too much removal spells, and like you want creatures your opponents control to die. I don't know. I feel like it's a little mismatched here, but it's cool. It's a cool card. I think it'll be nice in. I guess, is it good in standard? That's the case. I feel like you just play Kalitas. The lifelink is probably better than the reach. But like for EDH, I guess if you want like a sapling commander in green black, this is probably where you go to. But Slimefoot is green black. So I don't know. I don't know, let me know what y'all think about this comment below. Interested in seeing what you have to say. Defiler of Dreams, 3 and a blue for Phyrexian Sphinx with flying. As usual cost to cast blue permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost blue less to cast if you paid life this way. This fact reduces only the amount of blue mana you pay. Whenever you cast a blue permanent spell, draw a card. 4/3. So this looks like it's basically a cycle. I think this is pretty strong, and I also like the fact that this is going to encourage more sorcery-based plays. Pretty good card. Pretty good card. This is sort of like ramp at the cost of like your life. Like this effect basically makes a lot of spells, permanent-based spells, just like black costed cards because you're just paying life instead. And it's like this is where you really see the effects of like black come into play, where like paying life as an alternative cost is like super strong. Now in this case it's a little weird because it's an effect and not like part of the actual cast to cost the spell, where like you have things like Profane Tutor, stuff like that, like it hits you for 3. This is just like a straight up, I don't know, this is good. This is a good ramp. This is some battle ramp. I think they're all gonna be 5 drops. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, good card. I think this is gonna be strong in EDH, where like you can cast a blue permanent spell to draw a card. Assuming like you have low to the ground permanent spells, because if you're playing blue, I'm assuming you're playing more reactively. And like if you're tapping out to play stuff and like you're losing all your life and you're playing reactively, people are gonna be beating you up a lot. This is like an aggressive statted card too. So maybe this is supposed to be like an aggro / tempo-y card, which could make sense. Because then it's like you're playing a bunch of 2/1 drops and then it's just like they're free and you can keep up mana for like anytime someone wants to interact with them, you can keep up for like remove or something like that. That'd be a cool way to play.